I stand at the top of my stairs, socked toes curling into the carpet as one hand squeezes the door handle and the other hovers over the light switch, trying to decide if it's safe to turn the lights out. It's nearly 7 at night. I have about an hour before sundown, but it's just dim enough in the stairwell to make me doubt if that really matters. I stare down at the welcome mat, and though I see nothing, I know the thing that lives at the bottom of my stairs is watching me too. I know its gauzy white eyes never blink, and that its teeth, thin and too long for its mouth, extending far past its leathery lips, cannot smile, but I feel as if it's grinning at me. I know its gaunt, lanky limbs are curled and crouched around its small body, waiting to lunge the second the lights are out. I know it isn't real. If it was real, I would be able to see it. But even as I remind myself of this, I leave the light on. You see, I made him up, the creature that lives at the bottom of my stairs. I've always had an active imagination. Many children create monsters or imaginary friends with rules. A man who runs beside the car, but can only run in the shadow of the vehicle. A ghost who befriends you but is invisible to anyone older than you. A monster who waits at the bottom of your stairs, but can't move until the lights are out. I'm not sure why I never stopped doing this. I'm approaching my mid-20s, and most children stopped around 10, or at least they stopped talking about it. I try to keep my concern to myself, though I have had to explain myself a time or two as to why I have to be the one who closes the door. I'm the only one who knows what he's doing, because I created him. The worst part is, I know that he only exists because I think he does. There have been weeks or months where I can go up the stairs to my apartment and not feel his eyes on my back, his claw-like fingers waiting to rip into me. All it takes is a stray thought, and he's there again. There have been times where I was too slow to close my door after I turned the lights out. Nothing happens right away, though I know he is in my apartment with me. There is always a chill in my spine, and a cold stone in my stomach when he gets past my door. But it's not like he drags me down the stairs or anything. For some reason, even though I know he's capable of killing me, he doesn't. Even when I succeed, sometimes there is this dull thudding noise that starts at 2 AM and continues until sunrise, like he's slamming his dry, callous, two big hands against the door, demanding I open it and let him in. This has been the hardest part about accepting he is not real, because I have had guests ask me about the noise. I never know what to tell them, though on the nights that he gets in, I can feel him watching me from the doorway to my room, which unfortunately shares a wall with the stairwell. He sits in the same spot all night, breath wheezing out of his squished bat-like nose, body twitching and contorting as he runs clawed fingers over his face in anticipation. Though I'll never claim to have actually seen him, I will say I feel as if a trick of the light or a stray shadow have sometimes looked as if they were trying to reveal him to me. My biggest worry is that he's getting closer with each time I fail. He started right outside my doorway, but he was a mere 3 feet from me last time. I can't really tell because he isn't real and because I can't see him, but I think he's getting more worked up. I don't know what he's so excited about, but I can guess it will happen when he has made his way to sit at the foot of my bed. I think he's getting faster. I've been failing more often than not to keep him out. It won't be long now before he reaches his goal, whatever that goal is. Maybe it's to torment me and feed off my fear of what he'll do next. If that's his goal, he's succeeding. It's killing me. I can't sleep knowing he's there. I know he's never attacked me in the past, but I'm always scared that tonight will be the night that he decides that enough is enough and goes for it. My lack of sleep is hurting my job. My paranoia is ruining my relationships. All I do is sit at home and hide away from the creature. I don't know how to stop. I'm sick of it. So tonight, I'm not going to hide. Tonight I'm leaving the door to the stairwell open when I turn off the light. I'm turning off all the lights in my shitty apartment and I'm going to sit on my bed in the dark. Tonight, when his twisted body lunges and lurches its way into my room, I'm not going to pretend I don't see him. I'm not going to pretend that just because I made him up, that means he's not real. I'm going to look him in those disgusting cloudy eyes and accept my fate. I'm tired of waiting. Thank you for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Now we're going to talk about this creepypasta for a bit. Now this one is based off something that I feel is very real, especially for me. I would have these little rituals when I was younger where I had to say something before bed, otherwise this thing that I've made up in my head is going to get me. And they controlled my life for a lot of the time when I was younger. But obviously, as I grew older, I just sort of stopped caring and I stopped doing those rituals and nothing happened. But the idea behind this one is that perhaps there's something a little more realistic to these. This person has obviously kept this paranoia into adulthood. And I can really see how it would ruin someone's life if they weren't able to shake this. You can get quite obsessed over fear, and when it's something that you experience when you were young, a lot of it is irrational. You can say this obviously isn't real, but because you've ingrained that fear in your mind from a very early age, it tends to stay there and you can't really control yourself. You have to do it out of habit. Now, definitely a creepy story. I find ones like this the most scary because it has a little bit of realism to it. Of course, we don't actually know whether this thing is real because the story just sort of ends there. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. We don't get an update on what happened. And that's the stuff that really scares me. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to see me do more of these creepypasta readings, leave a like. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe for more creepy content.